Welcome back to another episode of White Plume Mountain. We joined the pregame party as they've left the deceptively deep room and now enter a hallway that is separated by another hallway off to the right. You guys can tell that the hallway going forward up the stairs has a very large, heavy door on it, and then the hallway going to the right has kind of a mysterious kind of about 30 feet down. It seems like it starts to kind of change a little bit. It is very dark in here. I think Corey maybe has a light spell going. Um, it's been a little while since you guys have fought the Kelpies and dealt with the ogres that saw Kuba go up and down the stairs, but also satiated the lust of the sword that Kuba has been hanging on to. The orc bodies and souls seem to be absorbed up into the sword, and at the same time, kind of into you. After taking the soul of a Kelpie, you notice that your veins kind of took on a sort of leafy quality. Something about them seemed a little bit more plant like. And afterwards, you had some fat deposits in places that you kind of shouldn't. Like you noticed you had a little bit of a double chin. It was like just strange, like out of nowhere, very lean man, but your neck like kind of got shorter or something. It's kind of hard to describe. The calves and thighs are just a little thicker, not like untoned or anything, because you definitely work out a lot, but there's just a little bit more like insulation on there. Um, you guys are kind of inspecting the hallway as you're thinking about which way to go. Um, I wrote down some lines that I'm going to try and use, but of course I was on the wrong page. Go me. The sword speaking to Kuba is kind of just whispering nonsense until you hear it go, ooh, ooh, no, wait, I've got a good one. Without me, you are empty, but they are delicious.
Enough, enough, enough of what you ask me, sword. I fed you souls.
I crave more.
You always crave more.
And you guys are only hearing like half of this kind of conversation go by.
I'm just talking to a sword.
Yeah. Um, the senses of the sword do kind of guide you a little bit, and it just kind of pulling you down the hallway towards the right. I smell souls, delicious souls in this direction.
With my will, it does pull me, and my arm does definitely shoot right. I'll look back at the party and say, there's definitely people this way. Or I should say people. There are creatures with souls this way within 60 feet.
Being a paladin,
Just a weird line we're striding, but yeah.
being a paladin, I imagine I would be very concerned with the fact that he's A, talking to himself, and B, taking directions from an inanimate object. And I'm a paladin of Mistra, which means I've studied magic to a degree. Um, can I ask Kuba if, hey man, are you okay?
Yeah, yeah, I'm fine. And it's tugging me. Um,
It's like a
I
dog,
yank it back.
like a dog
Yeah.
on a leash that won't heal, and he's kind of leaning back against it. While you're thinking about what Kuba's kind of situation is and how he might be feeling or dealing at the moment, Lyra is popping off with what sounds like an ad for a lemonade shop. Get Glendale's cranberry juice. It's the tastiest.
She's finding like rocks and just putting them up. um,
Meanwhile, she's like, yeah, she's stacking some rocks in a corner.
Granted, it's a huge sword, so double-handed. I pull it back to myself. Um, yes, yeah, I'm good. and I switch my grip on the sword, showing off my very impressive biceps and triceps, my pecs, my triceps, as I wrestle this sword back into myself. Um, Catch my breath a moment.
I think we all
Yes.
recognize this face. It is concern.
Well, I am a little concerned. It is talking to me. It is leading us, but from what I understand from just talking with the sword,
Mhm.
it's trying to find the other treasures of this dungeon. I understand it, and maybe we can all become stronger if we find all the treasure.
That's fair, but if you end up needing a break, you don't have to carry it forever. So if you feel like you're in danger, let us know immediately.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
Kuba, make an intelligence check for me.
Oh yeah. Oh no. 4.
Yep, carry on.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. I absolutely will. I feel like I understand now. As long as we get these other treasures from even our buddy um, at the beginning of all of this, I understand. I think if they get reunited, I'll be okay.
Okay. And just so you are aware, I'm going to be watching you very, very closely.
I'll look at you very closely, Corey, and I'll say, please do.
Okay.
But the sword does tug me.
Okay.
So I'll lead the way.
Concerning at all. All right.
As it's pulling you down this it's a 30-foot hallway, and you guys are probably taking your time. I don't imagine you're running down it. The sword goes, I cannot be felt, seen, or touched, yet I can be found everywhere. My existence is up for debate, yet I have my own music.
Is it
Oh, riddles, huh? And I'll swing broadside up to you.
up to me?
Up to you, yes.
I couldn't hear the riddle. Only you
Say
can.
it. Oh, is it only in my?
Yep.
Yes. So
It's
now
like
I'm extremely concerned.
Yeah, I look
What's
like a
up?
crazy person.
You just swung a sword in my face for no reason. And
I'm
what's
I'm
up,
s-
buddy?
I'm so sorry. It's telling me a riddle, and we have
so
such peaceful times. I don't know this riddle. Let me repeat it to you, and I will say verbatim.
I cannot be felt, seen, or touched, yet I can be found everywhere. My existence is up for debate, yet I have my own music.
Is it souls? It's souls,
Souls?
isn't it?
Of course, it's souls.
Of course it. And I'll shake the sword. I
Um,
So
let
I'm
out a
guessing
deep
it needs
sigh.
souls.
Before the game, I had asked you guys to roll a d12. Did anybody get a 12?
I got a 7, I think.
Got a 5.
Yeah, I got a
Got a
7.
10.
Okay, cool. I was gonna text it to you, Brandon, but it might be easier. With what we were talking about earlier, check out the skilled feat. That might make it so you're not at a disadvantage.
Okay. Um, so with that riddle, you see, I'm struggling a little bit, but um, actually, can you, Nick, can you describe the surroundings we're in at the moment?
Absolutely. So you guys are in a 10-foot wide hallway, kind of as has been the dungeon so far. It is about 30 feet before you guys start to notice that the hallway changes a little bit. The stone corridor uh, abruptly starts spinning in a cylinder made of some different light colored metal. The inner surface rotates rapidly, and it's painted in a dizzying black and white spiral pattern. It glistens as if coated with some substance.
Okay.
Okay.
So as this can you guys hear me? Did I
Yes.
lose you?
Yes.
Okay. Um as all of this is happening and I'm kind of in the lead with the sword dragging me, I'll stab it into the wall and I'll just go into meditation for a moment.
Okay.
Um do
Okay.
what you want, but I'm just you see me deep breathing, legs crossed, um, just breathing for a second, not saying anything.
As you meditate, it's almost like the sword starts vibrating, like you've plunged it into between the rocks under the wall as it's kind of stuck there. You sat nearby it. It it it's almost like you can sense it kind of far away. This kind of low hum that rises into kind of like a high pitched squeal, as though the sword's like calling for you. It makes it a little bit difficult to meditate, but you can definitely tell that it's like kind of trying to scream at you, but you're not holding on to it, so it can't really hear.
Can I do a wisdom check?
What are you trying to?
Basically, I just want to understand that as I'm humming, I understand a lot of vibrations are coming. I kind of want to know if the sword is communicating that way.
Okay, yeah, all right. Go ahead and make a wisdom check. Yeah.
Oh, that was a wisdom. Okay, I got a 3. It's loud in this cavern.
It's hard to kind of really focus on any one thought. The pitch is just so distracting. It's like it just wants you to grab onto the sword. Like letting go of it kind of angered it.
Okay. Well, after a couple moments, I do take a couple deep breaths. I stand up. I remove the sword. I place it by my side. And I face my party. Someone else should probably lead. I am not quite in the right headspace. This is all really messing with me.
As you grab onto the sword, it's almost like kind of walking into a room where somebody's screaming. You just hear the
I won't let the party know that. As a monk, I'll internally keep that inside.
Okay.
you hear the sword go. Where were you, master?
I'm just talking with my party.
All right. So remind me what on earth we're looking at here. Rotating tunnels?
Yes, so the stone corridor changes abruptly to a spinning cylinder, apparently made of some light-colored metal. The inner surface rotates rapidly. It's painted in a dizzying black and white spiral pattern. Imagine James Bond and intro. And it glistens as if coated with some substance.
Okay. Really quick, with the sword on my side, I'd like to rip some type of clothing or cloth if I don't have it, and I'll put it over my eyes and I'll tie it tight.
You're gonna like blind yourself.
Yes.
Okay. You are effectively blinded by this bandana you've put over your face.
So here's what I suggest. We put the blind one on top of the turtle, and then we push them through really fast. And then I'll have Lyra push me over on my shield like a sled, and then we'll pull her over with a rope. Because I imagine that that's some sort of slippery stuff on the inside. Is it slippery stuff on the inside?
Yeah, definitely. You go over to examine it and kind of feel as it goes by. It is moving kind of quickly, not so quickly that it's like frightening, but it's enough that you would not be able to stand up and get your ground.
Yeah.
Would
Better roll
would
this.
someone mind checking to make
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, you're good.
would someone make sure that it's not a mouth?
Mouth?
A
Oh,
mouth? Like of a
yes.
bigger
No.
being?
It definitely isn't. You guys don't need to roll
Okay.
anything for that. Just kind of checking it around. It does seem to be some kind of mechanism. Thinking back to other parts of the dungeon, you guys do remember there was a whole contraption designed to heat your armor, but it was not magical. So that might be just more of this kind of mechanical contraption going on. Um, Kronos would probably be the most well versed in this kind of alternative method to arming a dungeon besides magic. There definitely are lots of different kinds of wizards out there that make, not all of it's magical. Sometimes it is physical, and they make stuff up. So it is more like a mechanism than it is kind of a magical veil or even monster.
Yeah. So all we have to do is exert more forward force than we are experiencing sideway force.
Sounds good to me. I'm
Before we do anything,
blindfolded doing squats.
can I bless the party before we do anything?
Yeah, how long does Bless last? 1 minute?
Or 10 rounds of
Yes.
combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Screaming.
So the order of operations seems pretty simple. Kronos will have you. How do we want to do this? See, we've got Kronos riding on top, or I'm sorry, Kronos carrying Corey more or less down the hallway, with Lyra kind of
Kronos.
giving the push.
Kronos with Kuba.
Kronos and Kuba. Got you.
Corey,
Okay.
yeah. Then Corey on the shield. And then we pull Barbarian through.
Okay. Okay. So I think this will be a strength check from Lyra and a dexterity check from Kuba, or acrobatics if you're proficient. Kronos isn't having to do a whole lot besides just hang on, pull up inside the shell. Maybe a constitution check for how well you can just kind of hang on to the insides as you're being kind of spun and flung. Kuba having to hang on top, and then Lyra having to give it that good push.
We'll see who vomits first.
Lyra has a +2 to strength if somebody wants to roll for that one.
+21 on die plus the 2.
I'd say 21 on die.
Oh, she has bless.
Okay.
So that's plus the D4.
Okay.
Use mine too.
Okay.
So
I got a
total
15 total.
23.
Okay. Kuba got a 15. Kronos got what?
Yeah, 17 total with my bless.
Okay. So definitely the push was hard enough. There was enough force behind the shove on your shell, Kronos, as you kind of hole up right on the lip of the rock before it starts kind of spinning in this tunnel. Lyra gives it a good push. It just gets a little difficult for Kuba to hang on top. The turtle shell kind of slips out from underneath you, and Kronos, there's a little spin involved as you kind of start to go up and around, and then are kind of falling down. You guys make it most of the way down, and you start sliding back down towards the entrance, when you can see there's an arrow that is lit on fire coming past you guys, and it lands just on the side of the tunnel, and before erupting the entire tunnel in flames. We'll roll an initiative here.
Again.
You guys are, I'll say actually, because of the strength check was so high, you guys definitely got most of the way down the tunnel, and you can see that there's a very fine slit in the wall that this arrow came from, on the other side of the spinning tunnel.
Okay. I got a 22.
I got an 18.
I have a 10.
I didn't even get any dice out. Bad DM. Bad.
Defeats the purpose. Shame.
Yeah. Wow. Lyra got, oh, has advantage. Okay. Lyra got a 14. It's not too bad. Okay. Corey, what'd you get?
22.
22. Then it was like Kuba Kronos, I think, right?
Kuba 18, Kronos 10.
Okay, and then we got Lyra at 14. Okay. So, Corey, you see the arrow come through past the boys as they have slid most of the way up this tunnel. The slant is not really apparent until you're actually on it, or even having to be pushed up it. But it seems fairly straightforward. You see this arrow come up and ignite the hallway. Is there anything that you would like to do?
I don't know. This is kind of crappy.
You could always save an action, or
I want to ask, is the tunnel longer than 30 feet?
Yeah, it's about 40 feet.
Just about 40 feet. Okay. And now it's on fire.
It is beginning to erupt completely, but yeah, it is ignited in fire.
Shit. So pretty soon Kuba and Kronos are going to be on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a very weird initiative.
Because we're kind of rolling initiative against the trap here, but
Yeah, it's a new one for me. So I'm just trying to, I have to think a little bit differently. Okay, I'm gonna get out my rope. And I'm going to have Lyra. No, I can't have her do anything if we can't do our original plan. Crap.
you do think that you'll have to get across somehow.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But if I can't, now we're in initiative, so she can't help me, right?
You could help her. You could communicate something to her to try and make a plan.
I need her to throw me down the hallway.
Okay.
The original plan to send me down on the shield.
I will let you hold your action, the dash action, after, bonus action, like saying, hey, throw me down the hall to Lyra. And then on her
Here's a
turn.
different idea. It's only 40 feet, this hallway, yeah?
Yeah.
So I don't really need Lyra. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a running start, and I'm gonna run down the hallway with my objective being to get 10 feet. And then I'm gonna use Misty Step to get to the other end of the hallway.
Okay. What are the components for Misty Step that you can just just do it, right? You don't need a vocal somatic.
It's just a vocal, so all I have to do is say a word.
Okay. You think that it's still going to be pretty difficult just to get that far out, with how slippery it is and stuff like that. You'll still need to make a check for it.
Okay.
So I'll give you that on your turn if you want to try and run out.
Yeah, can I make an athletics check?
I'll give you athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, athletics it is. 16. 16 plus 6. 22. That's
Okay.
my magic number tonight.
Just barely makes it. Yeah. Get like a good, it's not even like that you step really in the oil. It's like that you get a good enough run up and jump, even with all the armor and the shield. It's a really good step on that good purchase. But yeah, you cast Misty Step and you find yourself in this kind of narrow corridor in between kind of a door and then the hallway behind you. And you're just in this little 10-foot corridor. You can see a very tiny slit in the wall with an arrow sticking out pointed at you. As you do move into the hallway, though, you do take a little bit of fire damage. Take 6 points of fire damage before you make it up to the other end of the hall. Your little bit of cape is just kind of starting to fringe a little bit as you poof back in.
Okay. And I imagine that's my whole turn.
Okay. Kuba, as you start your turn, you do take 5 fire damage as you're in this hallway, kind of slipping and sliding, basically heading back down towards the kind of platform that you guys started from. There's fire all around you. It's kind of up to you if you want to do something or hold your action, but you are basically sliding back down towards the platform.
Okay. Is it just me or is it myself and Kronos?
Yes, you do have. Yeah, there is Kronos in the hallway as well, very close by. You could definitely feel it when you slipped off, kind of where he was and what was happening. It's like he's kind of been brought up and is coming down on the back onto the ground of the tunnel, and you're kind of below him. Don't think he's gonna fall on you.
With the fire hitting both of us and kind of falling back, I'll look at Kronos. As a free action, Kronos, do you have any plans on this? What do you think?
Kronos, the way that he fell, can I legit get up? Or am I like
You're
stuck?
basically free fall. You're kind of like free fall. You're definitely like about to be on the tunnel, probably on your back, but it's all moving around, so you might be able to flip over a little bit easier. You're definitely like about to fall. I imagine it like a Kuba going, "Oh shit, what do we do?"
If needed, I can take my movement to help stabilize him.
Okay, but you kind of like take the help action.
Yeah, just observe that blow, but I won't be able to move in that case.
Basically, yeah, you have to be right there to help him.
So basically, I catch ya.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw you guys a rope this next turn, so just hang in there.
Okay. Kronos, anything else you want to do?
Kronos or Cuba?
Yeah, my bad. Kuba, is there anything else you want to do?
After catching him, basically just talking with Kronos, making sure we're kind of on the same page. I can grab you, you can grab me. I believe they're probably gonna throw a rope. As long as one of us catches it, just grab one another and they'll
Yes.
yank us.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay.
And
free
that'll be
action
my
to
move.
speak.
Okay. Lyra's down at the bottom, kind of like was ready to give Corey a push, but then she just kind of went for it and is standing there like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And is looking down the tunnel, kind of waiting to catch you guys now as you're coming down. Um, Kronos, you come down on the bottom of the tunnel with a bit of a thud, but you are able to kind of right yourself as Koopa kind of helps you down and then puts you back. The tunnel is turning, kind of about to go for another laundry toss with both of you guys. Is there anything you want to do? Oh, you do take
Yeah.
5 points of fire damage.
Okay. No, I guess nothing. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. And I'm just gonna hold on to Cuba if he loses grip or if I lose grip, at least we got each other.
Okay. You guys land and are definitely together, starting to slide down the tunnel. You guys are not quite moving down it yet, but like kind of going for another wash, more or less. Corey, as you bamp to the other end of this hallway, the arrow releases uh, with a 24 to hit. Rolled a 19. I imagine that hits you.
Yes.
Does 8 points of piercing damage. And you can definitely hear some muttered voices kind of giving an order to somebody kind of in behind. They've broken through. They're coming through.
So it's just okay. Assholes.
um, okay. Ugh. The door behind you, or to your left, maybe, as because you're probably facing down the hallway. Just got shot in the back with this arrow. The door next to you opens up, and you can see this young woman dressed kind of in mage's clothes, and she has a hand that casts a spell at you. It is a magic missile spell. You would recognize it. She's going to fire 3 darts at you. You take 7 points of force damage. And then the door closes.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
And it's my turn.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself,
Okay.
which makes you ward a creature within range against attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a Wisdom saving throw 16. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. This spell doesn't protect the warded creature from area effects such as the explosion of fireball. If the warded creature makes an attack, casts a spell, or affects an enemy or deals damage to another creature, the spell ends. So it protects me, but gives me the freedom to now help my friends, because casting it's a bonus action. So cast that as my bonus action, and then I'm going to throw them a fucking rope. I'm gonna find an anchor, tie it off, and throw them the rope.
Okay. Go ahead and make We'll say an athletics check for this one to get the rope tossed down the right direction.
Alrighty.
Dead center down the hole.
I keep rolling 19. Okay. +6.
So 20, what would that be?
25. Sorry.
Okay, it is a good throw. You get it like right across Kuba and Kronos as they're starting to slide down this hallway.
Okay.
Kuba, you move most of your way down the hallway as this rope is starting to dangle over you. If you would like to go ahead and grab it, you can do a dexterity check. See what happens there, and then we'll move on to the next, whatever you want to do.
I said I wasn't rolling D&D. Yeah, 14 plus 3. 17.
Okay. With the way that this hallway is just giving you a flip and turning you as you're trying to grab it and everything, it's just not quite good enough to hang on to it. Yeah, and you guys, you slide as you're hanging on to Kronos down into the platform. Lyra is right there to catch you guys and kind of stop you from tumbling back down the hallway or anything too bad.
So the rope, if I understand correctly, I missed to grab the rope, but it is still kind of dangling above me.
Yes,
Okay.
it definitely is. You did start your turn in the hallway, so you are going to take 4 fire damage. The rope you think is also taking that kind of damage, so it might be a little tricky trying to get it and hang on to it all the way up. But it's a 50-foot rope, and you've got it dangling down this like 40-foot long hallway. So there's about like 5-ish, enough, coming down the other way, flopping around, kind of doing this sort of twisty, grabby, kind of spinny thing.
Just out of curiosity, do I notice a specific part that's burning? Is it burning all just together, or is it when it's like touching material?
It looks like just being in the hallway. It was getting really hot in there, that it's just kind of cooking the whole thing. It doesn't look like it's immediately lost any integrity, but it is definitely not a good place for it to be at the moment.
Okay.
Lyra's gonna try and grab for the rope. I don't think her dexterity's that great, but we got a 6 on die with a +2. Not good enough. She's definitely over there kind of fumbling with it, like chasing it around, trying to step on it. Kronos, you slide down with Kuba. You only take 3 points of damage from the fire as you guys kind of slide out to the end. You can see that the rope has been tossed by Corey, and you guys are kind of at the bottom of this hallway where the rope is just spinning and flipping, kind of tossing around.
Can I roll a dex then to try to catch it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Straight dexterity check.
I got a 10. I'm gonna roll my bless. 11 total.
Okay. Yeah, it's not quite good enough.
Damn.
Kronos being the old turtle that he is, I kind of imagine it's like an old guy trying to chase a really quick dog. Over here. Oh, no, okay, over that way. Oh, it's over there. Oh, I tried to step on it.
Can Kronos make a intelligence check or investigation to see if I can smell myself cooking? How am I doing? Do I look okay?
How about an insight check?
Okay.
A plus, Joe.
15.
Yeah, something smells good, and you're a little worried.
I'm good.
Inside myself. Okay. Anything else you want to do? If you want like your whole action turn or anything else you want to do, I was giving you guys the rope grab kind of just as that part of the trap.
I don't think there's nothing I can actually do. Can I use a cantrip? And can I do mending on the rope?
Ooh, okay, I like this thinking. How much of it can mend?
I'm not sure. Let's see. This spell repairs any single break or tear in an object you touch. Oh, but I gotta touch it, and I can't grab it. So
No,
never mind.
no larger than 1 foot in any dimension. So you could
Next turn,
bend it
I'm
like as you
launching you.
go up it. It's
Yeah.
an
I'm gonna
cantrip, so
have to
you
use
could
the
like
water from the last room to put out the fire.
Hmm. Hmm.
Can I do Ray of Frost? I don't know if that's asking too much either.
I mean, that could logically work.
the water was about 60 feet away from where most of the party's at, and down a bunch of really treacherous stairs. Um,
Ray of
Not a bad
Frost
idea, but that
probably
is
great.
what your character would think of when you think about going to get the water. Like, oh, what would I have to deal with bringing it back here and all this kind of stuff.
What about Ray of Frost on the flames?
You think that that might not be a bad idea? Some kind of water or cold spell could help. I'll give that to you. Real low AC to hit it. If you want to go ahead and roll.
Oh shit, I got 25.
Okay, almost wasted. I'm sorry, but nice. Yeah, no good. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
6 on damage if that matters, but
you hit it kind of far down the tunnel where you think the rope might be taking the most damage because it spent the most time in there, something to that effect. Um, so you get it kind of far down, and you definitely cool out the flames a little bit. Go ahead and roll damage to see just how good the frost is.
it was only 6.
Okay, you think it's enough that it cooled down the tunnel at least part way, down at the end or up close wherever you really want to aim since you did roll so well. You're able to cool part of it. I would give like at least a 10-foot kind of gap that you're able to put out the flames.
Sweet. Okay. I'll end my turn.
Okay. Um, it is going to be this guy's turn again. He's going to try and shoot another arrow at you. Corey rolled an 18 that time.
This is
23. So you're getting another arrow shot at you, Corey.
Oh, wait a second. No, I have Sanctuary up.
Okay. Disadvantage.
No, they have to roll a Wisdom saving throw of 16. No, not Wisdom. Sanctuary. Yeah, sorry. A Wisdom 16 saving throw. On a failed save, they have to attack. They have to pick a different target, or they have to lose the spell or attack.
Okay. As you see this arrow being pulled back on you, it's like there's some sort of hesitation, but you know exactly what it's from. You can hear a yell come from behind the door and kind of an exasperated sigh come from behind the slot. As the slot kind of has a cover that comes over before it, and you can feel something kind of brace against the door a little bit harder. Um, I have to run to the bathroom. I'm sorry. Uh, we'll start up the next round here in a few minutes if you guys would like to also do a quick break.
Sounds good.
Right.
So after that short break, we're back to the party in a bit of a trapped ambush hallway. Most of the party, we've got Kronos, Kuba, and Lyra, who's at the base of what seems to be a contraption designed to foil parties. A large cylindrical hallway that is coated in some kind of flammable grease is spinning at a rapid rate. And at the top or other side of this cylinder is Corey in a 10 by 10 foot room with a door on one side, and then to the right of that door, to the right of that door is this hallway looking down where you have thrown a rope and are holding on. You can see that the flames are licking the rope, and it does appear to be taking damage. Roll a d20 for me, Corey. Did you hear me, or is it just taking that long to roll? Can anybody hear me? What's going on?
Yeah, I didn't think you were
Yeah.
talking to me.
Okay. So yeah, your turn is next. And you're hanging on to this rope. Go ahead and roll a d20 and let me know what you get, please.
Me?
Would you kindly? Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I blinked there. Got a 16.
Okay. So we'll say the rope has 16 points, hit points that it's working with. And we'll do it at the start of your turn. It's going to take 2d4 damage at the start of this turn. So it takes 5 points of damage right now. I'll keep track of that. But you're hanging on, waiting for the party. You can tell that the arrowman has like kind of moved around, probably, and is bracing the other side of this door. And you believe that there are 2 people on the other side of it. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to use a spell I haven't used yet. And I'm going to do Summon Steed.
Okay.
So I'm going to summon a war horse into the room.
It might fill up the entire room. Like there might not be any space. How big is a warhorse? It's huge.
No, large.
It's large,
Mm-hmm.
which would be about like 10 by 10. And that's how big the room is that you're in. So you would know that it would pretty much fill your space and have very little room to maneuver.
But it'd also keep people from coming into the room.
Okay.
If they open up that slot and there's just horse, like. All right, I will not cast that right this minute.
You also know the door opens the other way, that it
All right.
moves out, so it wouldn't need to move towards you to open.
Okay. We won't do that then. I wish I could cast reduce on the door.
Some Alice in Wonderland shit. Like you want just the door to shrink, but the whole frame and the wall shrinks with it, so it just becomes a little tiny door.
That's kind of the idea. Any creature or object I can see within range. It's just up
Okay.
to you whether or not the whole thing shrinks or just the door itself shrinks.
I do want to make sure myself, Kuba, and Kronos are on one side, trying to get to the other side, right?
Yeah,
I just
okay.
don't want
So-
the enemies to come through and kill me while I'm trying to get you guys up here.
Okay, we gotta be very careful here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, this is a solid grounds in order to make it. I'll do this. What if we go outside it? Maybe between Kronos and I'm a monk, he's a wizard. Maybe we can somehow come up with a way to get across it. Or, DM, is it encapsulating the entire thing?
So I see you're trying to like circumvent it a little bit.
Go on top of it. Yeah.
It doesn't appear like there's any kind of gap between the like circle and the square that make up the hallway. It is like covered up in a way that you wouldn't be able to get like between the circle and the
So
Yeah.
basically, yeah, if we got on top, there would be no way for us to.
Right, there isn't much of an on
Hmm.
top to hop on top of because it's a whole
Shoot.
whole hallway just becomes circle.
Okay.
Like it's square, and then where the rotating starts, it just becomes circle. Fleshy.
Chronos. God, I can't stop. I'm sorry. I just
It's
flip
cool. I
everyone
know.
off.
I know what you're doing when you do that. I really don't mind. That's his. That's his over the table.
That's yeah.
We
It
do. Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do moose on
I'm
the loose
sorry.
sometimes. Like I don't know. I've
I'm
seen
just
guys
so
do
used
that,
to
or
that.
like fingers crossed. Like there's a bunch of them, man. I get it. It's cool. I don't feel like it's weird.
Chronos. Check this shit out. um. Anyway. Do you have your a time wizard, right? Could you maybe pause the motion of this for us to I have a huge dash. Maybe I wrap you in my rope. I have 50 feet of him. If you can stop that tunnel from moving, I could dash our way through.
Hmm.
And you'd
It's up
be
to the
kind of carried.
it's up to the DM. I can only do living things, to be honest.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like almost all my
Hmm.
spells are like that.
Do you
That can
have
happen.
what about like do you have
Like I guess
anything
I
that could okay, secondary question. Do you have anything that could maybe penetrate from like the side of this world this I want to say world text the
Vortex.
spinny thingy, yeah. Maybe you can stick something into it to stop it for just a brief moment. I guarantee I can dash us through this. We just need to stop it in order for me to get us through it.
Okay. As you guys are planning, and Kuba brings up these ideas to you, Kronos. Go ahead and make an Arcana check as you're thinking of your magics that might be able to help, and then Kuba, go ahead and do an
Yeah.
insight check on the trap or investigation if you want. If you're like physically checking it out, looking at this gap between the round and the square, kind of trying to find something that might be able to hinder it.
Kana got 26.
Okay.
Guys, I think we skipped my turn.
Shit.
Unless I reduced the door successfully.
No, that was my fault. I'm very sorry.
We
That's
started
okay.
pitching ideas and stuff, and I did let it slide a little longer, so that is my bad. Corey, is there something you'd like to do?
Yes,
I'll
I
give
want to
you
cast reduce on the door.
I'll give you also an Arcana check before you decide to
Okay.
use the spell and it not work out the way that you intend.
Why don't just tell me it's not going to work out the way I intend?
Well, what'd you get on the Arcana?
I got a 15.
You think that it might shrink the wall and the space and the door and the frame and everything around it. That would give you like a Willy Wonka shrinking hallway, little
That's
door kind of
that's
situation.
the idea. Okay, then I'm gonna cast the spell. And it does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, they're not coming through the door.
You hear very much exasperated. You hear very much exasperated, kind of what the fuck? What's going on? What is this? I don't understand. Coming from the other side of the door, as there's like shuffling and kind of like weird banging going on.
Okay. Okay, cool. I'll go back to focusing on you guys. And now my turn is over. I'm sorry about that.
It's totally cool. Okay. Kuba, you've been not even so much having a conversation with, but just through the body language and the kind of pointing and the motions of what's going on. Um, you can go ahead and take your action if you want, but you've kind of communicated with Kronos a little bit about how you guys might be able to get up. Kronos has done some thinking on what he's able to do, what may or may not work.
Hey, Cuba, what about me slowing it down for you?
That could definitely work.
Let's do 40 feet too.
I
Should
think
that be
that
enough
could
time?
work if I'm able to take an action to yeah, if I'm able to take an action to wrap my 50 feet of hemp rope around Kronos to myself and get ready, and he slows it, and I bolt
Okay.
using my I guess I can't dash, but I have 50 feet of movement speed or 35.
Okay.
There's an ability I wanted to get, but I was hesitant because I didn't think I would ever use this. But I don't have it, but there's an ability I can touch a creature, a willing creature, and I can boost their speed up. And I was
Ooh.
thinking that as like I don't know, forwarding time. I was thinking about that.
Yep,
I
So I'm like,
think
that'd be cool.
I
that would
think
have been cool.
slowing time is a great idea. We can at least get close. You
Yeah.
might have to spin a little bit, but hopefully I can get us pushed through. And
The rope that
Corey,
I
also, I'm so sorry I didn't take
No, it's okay.
your movement into consideration.
Whatever integrity the rope I have down still has, I'm gonna make sure I have that like ready to pull. So you can even
So if
pull.
I grab a freight, I'll take the damage. I'm a monk. I'll take that rope and maybe you can pull and
Yep,
pull us out of here.
and maybe just have like Lyra hang on to the back of Kronos and slide on her stomach or something.
Yeah, I mean it's heavy. It's heavy, but I am a monk and it's kind of what I do. I mean, I can walk across water.
Mhm.
This slowed pattern shouldn't be that big a deal
We
to
can do it.
me.
So I think you could definitely use your bonus action kind of economy to tie up you and Kronos so that you guys are attached. You'd probably have to use like your movement so that you could dash on the next turn. That way, you're using as
Yeah,
much time
yeah.
and like care as possible to really help pull them through.
Nothing, and again, nothing's fighting us, right?
Not you
The
guys
moment.
down at the end, no. But the threat
So,
necessarily has been negated besides the fire coming from the tunnel.
so all of these actions are happening
Pretty quick.
outside of succession of
Oh,
combat.
we're still in initiative just to help kind of track movement and time and stuff like that.
Okay,
I've
fair
been really
enough.
weak on it, letting you guys negotiate and plan and all this kind of stuff. Um,
Very different kind of initiative.
well,
Yeah, to be fair, it's a really good idea.
Kind of play testing it. It's going well.
cool. Okay. Um, okay. I would say on your next turn, you would be able to get over so that you're on the next side. Um, Kronos, do you want to cast your slow spell on the hallway?
Yes, I am. I'm caster right now.
Okay, yes. I'm gonna roll a wisdom save for the door. Obviously, or not the door, but the hallway. It is a door or a hallway. Fuck. Fuck just happened in my brain. It is a hallway in a dungeon designed to foil adventurers, so it's not 0, but it also rolled a 1.
Nice.
Yeah, D&D Beyond can fuck off. This rolling shit is dumb.
That's why I've never used it. I've always done my own dice.
Dude, I am sincerely telling you, since all of this has happened, All of my rolls, I'm in 3 campaigns. They've been crazy bad.
Oh no, just bad luck all around.
Yeah.
Okay. I just re-rolled for the door though. I was like, fuck it, we're gonna use some physical dice. I keep calling it a door. Natural one on the real dice also.
Well.
So
Meant to be.
it slows down quite a bit. You definitely hear this kind of like clang and chunk and grind for a second as different parts of the mechanism begin to just halt. And it definitely is moving at a rate that would make things very difficult to move through. But what did you just roll? Did you get excited on some stuff, or what were you pointing at?
I think it's one of his animals.
I am so sorry. I was on vacation. My dog has been loving me, and I'm giving it a care. So
Gotcha. That's awesome.
absolutely apologize.
I thought you like pre-rolled for something and it was like, oh, 2 nat 20 or something crazy. No, doggo loves awesome.
Absolutely my fault.
It's totally cool. Doggo love is absolutely awesome. Okay, so Kronos is able to turn this hallway down to kind of a crawl, so that it is moving no more quickly. The flames even seem almost artistic in the way that they're kind of slowly burning. The damage on the rope has definitely started to decrease. Let's see here. We get to the next pair. She's going to cast a spell. Corey, you can definitely tell that there's a spell being cast on the other side of the door, as it does begin to grow back to regular size. It is now a normal door. It opens up, and the um, archer from before now has a great sword in his hands, and he's going to make some swiping at
Wisdom.
you.
He
Wisdom
needs to
save.
make a wisdom 16. Yeah.
18.
Damn it. All right.
Okay. That's low. Well, got a 10 on the first attack,
Misses.
and 18 on the second attack. I think I still missed
Also
it.
misses.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, my AC is 21.
God, that's so
All
crazy.
right. So I still have Sanctuary is automatic and it lasts up to a minute. So even though he got through it, it still is active until
Crazy.
I make an attack, which I have not done yet.
No, that is true, but it is your turn.
Okay. My turn. I'm going to cast True Strike on myself. So next turn, I have advantage on my first attack. And then I'm going to continue holding the rope.
Okay. I think True Strike is a somatic. So you do have to make some hand gestures while you're trying to hang on to this rope. Go ahead and make an athletics check while you
Okay.
try and hang on and cast a spell.
21.
I figured it was going to be high. Yeah, you
My intimidation and athletics are my highest.
okay.
modifiers.
Okay. So yeah, you managed to hang on to the rope while you cast True Strike. Anything else you want to do?
I'm going to draw my sword.
Okay. Kuba, you have been kind of hanging on, getting everybody ready and prepared. You can see that the hallway has slowed down significantly. You can see through to the other side of the rope. Takes 3 points of fire damage. It's not like it's lost all its integrity, but it's definitely not doing great.
Okay. And I am currently hanging on to Kronos, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the rope still just kind of flapping around on the other side? Or are you guys hanging on to that as you go up?
Can I make a athletics athletics check to make sure I have a really good grip on the rope?
Yes.
Thank God. 20.
Okay, yeah. You grab onto it.
Two hands, I wrap it around my forearm. I grab Kronos. And at this point, I really want Kronos to get across.
Okay. Go
So
ahead.
I am
A dexterity check as you make your way up the tunnel using your dash action, right? Because your speed would basically just be like halved if you're doing it normal.
correct. So that was a save, sorry. Check. It'll be I can't stop using it. 14.
Okay. Um, let's say with the slow and everything else, the preparedness with the rope and everything lowered the DC enough that you're pretty prepared to get across. Um, it'll definitely help Kronos on his check to kind of hang on. And then Lyra's hanging on to Kronos, but also like ready to just give her own self a good firm kick to kind of move across. Kronos, you've got Kuba taking off like a lightning bolt. Was there anything else? I'm so sorry. I figured that was the whole.
Nope. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
you're correct.
You've got Kuba taking off like a lightning bolt, kicking off and kind of trying to run and slide, move up this whole thing. It's definitely easier having it slowed. You're able to kind of plan where you're going to land and see where you're going to have to move. See here, you would only take half as much damage, yeah. So you take 4 fire damage, Kuba, as you do start to move through the hallway. Kronos, go ahead and make a dexterity check with advantage and a lower DC as you're having to kind of help push along, can't leave it up to him entirely.
15.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you definitely are able to help move along. Is there anything else you want to do as you're going? You take 1 point of fire damage as you guys do move into the hallway.
Nice.
Hey, I'm so sorry to interject. Just a quick question. I've never dealt with temporary hit points. Does it come out of that, or is it my actual hit points?
It just kind of grouped together. It would come off the temporary hit points first, and then it would
Okay,
go into your regular hit points.
sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Now I'm holding on to Cuba. Can I hold? Am I able to, I guess, hold with one hand, like wrapped around him, and the other hand on the rope, since I'm already kind of up already?
If
Can it
yeah, you'd
reach?
like to do it, if you'd like to do that, yeah, you totally can. You definitely rolled well enough that you're doing good, making your way across. Making my way.
Uh, because I'm gonna hold on to the rope with one hand and use mending just in case.
Okay, yeah, you're able to kind of patch it together as you're going along. Go ahead and roll a d4. We'll see how many hit points rope gets back. Rope
Damn.
points.
I got one. Can I roll my blessing with it?
I don't think that works on
Oh,
HP.
okay.
No, it's
I'm
only on
just
checks.
Yeah, we'll say that you do patch it together enough that you can tell that the integrity needed it as you're going along, kind of putting it back together and stuff. Lyra is actually in between you guys. I totally screwed up there. But she's gonna make a dexterity check to get across. Nice. Okay. Yeah, rolled a 17 plus 3,
nice.
I believe. Yeah. So that no, yeah, that's good enough. She's kind of like skating across it. Does take oh Kronos, you take 1 point of fire damage. If I didn't say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, she gets 3 points of damage from the fire. She moves across. But it is definitely strangely less frightening. It's more from the heat itself, instead of just like catching the oil and burning up with it. As you guys do get across to the other side, you can see that there is a very large knight-looking warrior, and a kind of small woman, like a spellcaster, kind of behind this door. Corey's kind of right up there with them, engaged in battle. Looks like she's ready to kind of give him what for. The paladin, or not paladin, he's having a hard time. So he has to roll another wisdom saving throw if he's going to attack you again, right?
Yep.
That was a 15. Okay. And it's for every individual attack? Or just he has to choose a new target or lose the attack? Because he gets 2, so.
He has to choose a new target or lose the attack. I wonder if it's for the whole round or if he just keeps rolling. If he has to save each time.
Yeah.
Ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. So it doesn't specify.
Okay. I'm going to just say that he loses the attack. So I rolled again and it was equally bad. So, Kuba, you move into this kind of small space. Do we have Kuba? Okay. You move into this small 10 by 10 room, and you can see Corey kind of engaged with this large figure. And from behind a door, there's a small woman who wiggles her fingers at you and begins to cast a spell. Yet another magic missile, firing a couple darts at you. Well, maybe not another at you. Wow, I rolled 4 on all 3 of those. But you get up at the top, kind of like, yes, I did it, and then just bam, 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 you get smacked with these magical stones. It feels like, but you do take 12 points of force damage.
So I can deflect at least one of those.
Magic missile?
I don't know that you can deflect a magic missile. Is it they auto hit? That's like part of the spell.
Yeah,
Let me
no
see.
timer.
Yeah, it's ranged weapon. You're right. Okay.
That
Good
would be
for you,
dope
though.
as fuck.
I would
though.
love to. I
That'd
would
be
love to
super
see.
cool.
I would love to see a magic monk that specifically
Bah, bah, bah.
blow every wizard's fucking mind. Okay. That's gonna be their turn.
I'm sorry. How much damage?
12.
12. Thank you.
Corey, it's your turn.
All right. So I'm going after that knight. I've already cast True Strike last turn, so I have advantage on my first hit. And I'm going to do a Branding Smite at 3rd level.
Showing him what for.
Showing him what for. All right. First attack. 18. 18 plus 7. Does that hit?
Wow, yeah.
Okay.
You can tell as you go to hit him, though, he moves his greatsword in a way to like block your hit, but it's just a little too much, and you definitely break through his parry.
Okay. Cool. Then I'm gonna roll for damage with the smite. So that's 3d6. 1, 2. 11. Seventeen, 18, 19. So that's 19 damage on the first hit. And then I'm going to take my second attack. That's a dirty 20 on the second attack.
Okay. That one just hits.
Okay. Wow, a 20 just hits. Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 points of damage on the second hit. And then I'm going to burn a sorcery point. And I'm going to cast True Strike on myself again.
Okay.
There we go. And then Sanctuary has now fallen off since I've dealt damage. But I still got that 21 armor class. And I get advantage on my first attack next turn.
Again. Okay.
Mhm.
Kuba, it is going to be your turn. As you pop in this hallway, you know you've got Lyra and Kronos right behind you. As you get smacked with these kind of force bullets, you're in a small, like 10 by 10 room with the spinny hallway behind you, and then the door with the assailants on the other side or to the right.
All right, thank you. And just to be sure, we haven't had a long rest or a short rest yet, right?
Not in a minute, no.
Okay.
Not since fighting the Kelpies. And then the ogres.
Okay.
And
Yep.
then the white. And now these guys. This is grueling.
Am I
folks?
Am I able to see a target other than us, obviously? Like a target that means us harm.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell that there's a spellcaster on the other side of the door, maybe like 12 feet away from you. Just through the door, there is a small woman who appears to be out casting in a mage-like stance. You can definitely tell that the spells came from her. And
Okay.
then there is a larger soldier-like knight that is currently in combat with Corey.
Okay. And sorry, secondary. Is everyone across and good?
They are getting across. Yeah, definitely. Your job has been done as far as helping out with getting everybody across. Kronos is right behind you on his way up, and Lyra as well.
Okay,
You're
good.
almost worried they might run into you. You might get a cartoonish like, "Oh hey,
But-
oh no," kind of situation.
Fair enough. I use fuck 'em up. Excuse my language. I'm running up to that
Where'd
old
you get
lady.
that spell? That sounds amazing.
And Black Razor is ready to slice into her. So
You can definitely sense the teeming energy. Souls are just over there.
I've run up. First strike. Does a 18 hit?
On the mage?
On the one that I can see.
Yes, you can. As you go up and bring Black Razor up to try and hit him, Brings her arm up to kind of block, and the magical shield defends her for a moment. And you bust through it, kind of hitting her down onto the ground, not getting any purchase or spilling any blood, but you definitely hit and do some damage, break through the shield that was there.
All right. With that. Oh, perfect. So 10. I do 13 damage.
Okay.
And then as I cleave through her, I wind back up and slash again. That will hit. It was a 17 on die. So
Oh God, these aren't other adventurers, are they?
I really hope not.
No, I'm kidding.
For an additional 14 damage.
Okay.
I will at the moment spend a key point. Which allows me to stretch. So basically, cleave, as it's done, I back fist. How does a 9 feel?
The hit.
Right across the jaw for.
Did you roll a 9 to hit?
I rolled a 2 plus 7.
For a 9 total? And
Yeah.
that would not hit.
Okay. Yeah, so right over its head as I cleave through it.
Okay. All right, good move. Lyra is coming up behind. She enters the hallway as well and is just kind of looking around for a moment, sees Corey in combat, engaged and stuff, and just lets out a very familiar barbarian scream as she rages and goes into attack on the large knight figure. An 8. Oh, with advantage because we're raging. Nope, that was an 8. Do it. All right, 9. Advantage because we're raging. Nat 20. Okay. Good hit on one of them. I think she does a D10 damage, I believe, with the great axe. It's a D12. Oh yeah. Okay. Those 3, and that dice ran away. Do I have another D12? Yeah, I do. That's a 7. Okay, so she does 10. She does 14 damage on that one, so that's not bad.
Was that on the nat 20?
Yeah, that was because one of the dice I rolled 3, and the other one I rolled 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it goes that way, and it's not awesome.
Well.
But she is definitely engaged there with you, Corey, fighting strong. Kronos, it's your turn. And as you come up into this tiny room as well, you can see that there's a couple of threats. Yeah, I've described it a couple times. If you have questions.
I see 2 of them, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am gonna cast slow on both of those creatures.
Okay.
Nice.
It's my last one. They had to make a wisdom saving throw.
As you do cast this spell, you can kind of feel the magic fizzle out a little bit. Kuba, you can definitely see this caster keeping an eye out on her companion who's fighting, and sees this other caster kind of show up, but she casts counter spell. as Kronos is beginning to cast, she just kind of shuts it down.
Dang it. That
Nah.
was my hope in hitting her. That she would lose concentration.
Ugh.
Can I do a reaction to that?
Are you going to counterspell the counterspell?
Kind of, yeah. Can I react to her counter? I want to do Chronal Shift as a reaction after you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. You can force the creature to re-roll. Did you have to roll to do that or no?
Yeah, it counterspell just is
It just does it. Oh, okay.
it's just a reaction to you casting a spell. That's not a
So
bad
can I
one.
do, yeah.
That's not a bad one, but that wouldn't necessarily apply in this situation because it's a spell that's being cast.
It can't counterspell an actual counterspell, right?
If you have counterspell, you can react and cast
I
counterspell.
I do, yeah.
Okay, that would be the
You
turn
can
though.
counterspell her counterspell.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
counterspell the counterspell, but then you'd spend the spell slot on counterspell as well.
Not do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit.
So that's up to you if you want to just take the.
Nah, I don't want to burn another spell slot.
Okay.
Well, damn. Okay. I guess nothing happens. Yeah.
You are definitely safe and out of the flames, though. Not taking any fire damage anymore. It smells good though in this hallway. Definitely seems like there's a meal being cooked nearby for some reason. Okay, big guy's gonna make his attacks. This time, kind of dividing them up: one on Corey, one on Lyra.
He has to take disadvantage on his attack against Lyra.
Okay. Corey got a 24.
It's
Okay. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. For 15 points of damage. Rolled a 12 on that one. And then Lyra got disadvantage. Damn, because that was a nat 20. That was an 18 though. Okay, so that one definitely hits. And then she's gonna take. Ah, my dice running away today. She only takes 5 points of damage. And then it's gonna be the spellcaster's turn. As you guys are kind of lined up in this hallway, Kuba, you can definitely tell that she's trying to cast a different spell. This one is going to be a cone of cold. So I'll need Constitution saves from everybody.
18.
20.
17.
Damn.
Okay. 18 was the number to beat in this situation.
Oh God.
So Kronos and Kuba are okay. See how Lyra does. Rolled a 7. I have to look at her con save again. Yeah, it might be good. There's potential, but I don't remember.
I don't think it's 11.
Yeah, +7, so it's not entirely close or far away, but right in there. Okay. So okay, so Corey Lyra failed. The other two of you saved. Okay, cool. Do 5, 11, 17.
I don't know what to do with this cat.
So Corey and Lyra take 33 points of cold damage, and then Kronos and Kuba are gonna take 16.
Holy cow. All
I'm
right.
down.
You're down.
I'm down.
Okay.
And Lyra is at 8.
Man.
Kronos, you and Kuba took 16 points of cold damage from this cone of cold spell that was cast from the spellcaster. And then as we get up to Corey at the top of the initiative, but actually she's going to try and make some distance from Kuba. She's going to get up and kind of scatter away if you want to make an opportunity attack as she's trying to like go down the hallway, try and get some distance from you. The
Who?
spellcaster. I'm so sorry. She's the spellcaster who casts the cone of cold.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
kind of back up and get an opportunity.
That would be a 19 on die.
Oh, that does hit.
Hitting with just a fist.
That's up to you. I feel like that would probably be more your style or even more convenient. But it's up to you.
I rolled a d6, and I got a 5. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
5 damage as.
Okay. All right. Yeah, she kind of scuttles away a little bit, tries to gain some ground. You can see that she is standing up, kind of trying to prepare for something, wipe some blood away from her nose. You can tell looking at her that she's a very furry woman. Beautiful, but just like unibrow. Like you can see a little bit of like point to the brow coming off of the edge. Maybe a little bit of a kind of shadow back here on the hair. But anyway, Corey, go ahead and make a death saving throw. Roll d20, 10 or above.
Ugh. 3.
1 failure from Corey. That is going to be your turn. As the fighter kind of grins, standing over your body as you just go limp and fall. But you've got Lyra right there defending you. Kuba, is your turn. What would you like to do?
Free action. Can I look at Kronos and say, do you have means necessary to heal her?
You guys all have potions.
I feel like it might be more like an, oh shit, can you take care of that?
Because yeah, I want to chase that thing.
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'm gonna chase that thing.
You guys share like a knowing nod. Like you hear the thud of a body on
Yes.
the ground and the clank of armor, and you're like, oh, please be the big guy. And you're like, oh no, fuck, that's our big guy. Or
Are
what?
you? Are you? Me? You? Okay.
Yeah,
So I take off after the one that I just slashed over the back as they ran away.
yeah. You head down the hallway towards
I
the.
can't I mean, I have 50 feet movement speed. I imagine I catch up pretty quick.
Okay. Actually, I keep saying hallway, and there it is a room on the other side. I apologize.
Uh-oh.
So it's kind of like a living room. It's actually really similar to the, not too shabby prison that the Oni was in before. It seems like it's kind of some living quarters. There's like pillows and tapestries and carpets and blankets kind of strewn throughout.
I'd like to redact my statement just a little bit. I follow straight to the edge of the door. I'm not really. Actually, I could be pretty good at hiding. I'm looking in before I move in. What's happening in that room? And if you need me to roll, let me know.
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation check.
Oh man, I got a 3.
You too. Fuck.
You feel like you're playing hide and seek with a little kid for a minute. You kind of exchanged some blows in the doorway, and then she ran into this room, and you kind of went in after her. You're not really sure where anything is. You're just trying to observe your surroundings, and it's like you feel like you're in another part of the dungeon for just a moment, because of the way that it's set up, and it looks like the other prison you guys were in.
Okay. Um, I'll take a deep breath.
It's basically a 20 foot by 20 foot square room, though. Um, and yeah, there's not a whole lot to it. A little bit of furniture, some carpets and tapestries.
Is there, from what I see, is there a door exiting this room?
Yes, it does appear that there's another door on the other side of this room.
So straight across?
Yes,
Okay.
right across and even catty corner. Like you're on the left side of the room and to
Mhm.
the right and over.
Okay. I will. How lit is that room? Like, what's the light consistency of that room?
The room is dim. Most of the hallway and stuff that you guys have been dealing with in this dungeon has been dark. With the fire lighting that circular tunnel earlier, it was pretty bright in the hallway that Corey and Lyra were at. This room in particular is like dimly lit. There seem to be some magical sconces or crystals kind of lighting the walls.
Okay. With that said, before I enter the doorway, I would like to just huck a rock at a sconce and see what happens to the rock.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check, and then this will probably be your turn so we can keep it moving.
Got a 6.
You throw this rock into the room, and it like hits the wall right next to it, and just kind of bounces away. Like you try and hit it, but nothing seems to react or move or anything.
Cool. That'll do it.
Okay, it's going to be Lyra's turn, and she's going to make her full round of attacks on this dude, especially after seeing. I will leave it up to a party vote as well, though. I don't think that she would stop while fighting this guy and try and just like help Corey out. I feel like she'd try and take the guy out.
Yeah, she's
Is
probably
is
getting
Lyra
punished.
raging?
Yes.
She is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's on that guy. She might be standing over me, like protecting me a little bit, but she's definitely still attacking.
Okay, cool. I love it. All right. That was a 3. That was a 14 plus 8. So that one will hit. That's 12. That's a 7. So 12 plus 8 is dirty 20. That definitely just hits. Cool. Roll those d12. There it is. 11, 4, 15 for both of those hits. This guy's starting to look a little rough. But he's definitely hanging in strong. So is Lyra. Kronos, it is your go. You've got Corey, kind of on the ground, unconscious at the moment. Lyra is engaged, definitely keeping this guy busy. And Koopa has kind of gone off behind down this doorway, or is in the doorway, kind of peering in, checking out the room.
On Curry, if I did cure wounds, will she come? Will she wake up? Basically. Yeah.
Yes, you'd be able to heal.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she would just be prone.
Okay. I'm gonna cast cure wounds on her, waving my hands, trying to regenerate her by reversing in time her body. I'm gonna give her 20 hit points back.
Damn.
Nice,
Yep.
thank you.
You're welcome.
So you do have to go up and touch it.
Yes.
Okay, which does put you like in this guy's range, but I don't feel like you're too worried about it. Trying to get her up and going is probably a little better.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine. Plus, if I'm close to her, right, I have like some kind of defense with Curry's ability, correct?
I have to use half my movement to stand up first, but yeah, after that
Oh,
you
okay.
benefit. Anything that's anything that attacks you has to roll a disadvantage.
Okay.
And then I am done. I'm good.
Okay. It is going to be Big Boy's turn. He sees Corey on the ground and this healing going on. And he goes, "No, stay down," and goes to hit at you again, Corey. You are prone, so it's at advantage. Um, first one was a 4, though, so that's okay. 12, 19. So the second one hits.
My armor class is 21.
Yeah, I rolled a 19. Me
Oh,
as a
okay.
plus. Okay. Uh, does 14 points of damage. Uh,
I'm
yeah.
back down to 6 hit points.
So in the room that you're looking into, Kuba, trying to kind of see what's going on, trying to peer on the inside. Okay. Go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. 19.
Ooh, okay, that is good enough. You definitely feel like a spell was just cast on you, and you can't quite tell what it was, but you were able to kind of break free. I imagine that the um, kind of as the effects started to come over you, Black Razor probably helped kind of break that.
Vibrated in my hand.
Yeah. Does it?
Okay.
I need to look at something because I might have forgotten. Um,
I don't think it has anything to do. Actually, maybe. No, I don't think it. Uh, you have advantage on attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
that's one to remember.
Wow. Holy cow. But I have one per soul, which makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't do what I was thinking. So you're good anyway. You definitely sense that a spell has been cast, and Black Razor kind of guides you to kind of a side of the room that you can't see. Like it would be directly around the corner, kind of to the right of this door that you're looking into. The soul is over there, master.
What about these?
Yeah. Okay. We're back at the top with Corey.
Okay. We're all within 30 feet of each other, so I'm gonna pop off a 3rd level prayer of healing. Which is 3d8 plus 4. Everybody gets back 21 points of healing.
Dang, thank you.
No problem. Anything else I can do this?
21. Jeez. That's a huge heal.
Those levels in Paladin make a difference, man.
That is gonna end my turn.
Okay.
I just a mighty heal, and I also use my movement to stand back up, get my shield in place.
Okay. Kuba, it is your turn.
Okay. So from what I understand, behind me, there is trouble amongst my team. Is that correct?
Yes. Before you turned your attention into this other room, there definitely was a little bit of difficulty, but you shared a glance with Kronos, and he sort of took care of things for the moment. And then you felt the healing aura from Corey definitely remind you that she's doing all right and back on her feet.
I don't want to rush in here on my own, so I think I'm actually going to backtrack a little bit just to make sure we get this out of the way, we can regroup, and we can do this as a team.
Okay.
So, getting back to the room that they are in,
10,
what do I
10
see?
10 by 10 foot room. We've got the like hell slide, I think is probably the best thing to actually call it, to your left. And then the door behind you, if you were to
Okay.
turn back around and look at the
As far as them bad guys go,
Just the
do
one
it.
big armored
big
dude.
guy with the, yeah, there's a big guy with a great sword standing in Corey and Lyra's melee. And then
Would me moving into position give me advantage
Flanking.
if I were to, flank him?
with all of you guys in this room, it would almost be like a straight roll, and that's kind of why I haven't been doing the advantage thing, because it is just such tight quarters. But it's like, even though you guys are, surrounding the guy, trying to get your own weapons around without hitting each other is kind of still difficult.
Okay, so it's that tight of a room. Okay, I still want to help out my party. I'm going to attempt to hit the armored man. So it's as close as I can get to the armored man. I'll take whatever's left in that room and I'll swing Black Razor.
Okay.
That will be, man. Like last week I was rolling, or I'm sorry, last session I was rolling so bad. This session I got a 17 plus 7.
Okay, that does hit.
All right. That's gonna be 2. Nice. 9 plus 3. That'll be 12 damage as it rips through him. That'll be the first attack. I swing again.
Okay. Last attack.
That's gonna be a little bit worse. That'll be a 14.
No.
Okay, so cleave through it and then aim for the head, but I swing over it.
It's kind of hard to kind of get a good angle on everything. Just these two great swords, and Cora and Lyra with their great axe and rapier.
Great sword.
Also a great sword. So yeah, a bunch of,
Also great sword.
yeah. It's a great room to be in. Okay, so anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Cool. Lyra is going to go ahead and try and make her attacks as well. So she needs a 12 or better. 4. That's an 11. First one misses. That was a 7. And that was a 10. Okay. So she doesn't get any purchase either, trying to swing tightly in this room, but is standing strong next to Corey. Kronos, is there anything else you want to do? All right, Kronos, your turn. I'm sorry. That was a weird way to phrase it.
Yeah, it's all good. How badly does he look? The big
Pretty
guy.
bad. He's not looking too good.
Okay, I want to cast Frost then. Rare Frost.
Okay.
Oh, that's horrible. 14, it misses, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. I'll just end my turn then.
Okay.
Oh, did
Damn.
you roll your bless?
He did not. 14, 18. Yeah.
That misses.
Damn.
Damn.
I would even say that because that just kind of hits. Like his AC is 18, he has a parry, which makes it +2.
You can't
So
parry
like
a spell though,
so his AC is 18, yeah.
but you
So
can't
like it
parry a
hits, but
spell.
he can parry an attack that he can see.
Correct. Yeah, if he's fighting an
Nice.
opponent and he sees the attack, it boosts his AC. At least from what I know.
Even
Yeah.
if it's a magic attack?
Yep.
That's
Because
weird.
it's a 2 hits. The spell is to hit.
Okay. Huh. All right.
So it hits his armor, but you can tell it was like kind of the meaty part of the armor, and it just kind of like bursts and disperses away.
Can I at least scratch it? The armor?
Yeah,
Make me feel better.
hit it with enough force that it definitely dinged it a little bit and left a little bit of a dent. You notice
you.
that like some of the ice is stuck there, even like you might have chilled his armor a little bit. Um,
Heck yeah.
I'm happy with
Screw
that.
that guy's armor.
he's going to use his action to disengage because it's this guy's turn next, and he's actually going to back out and kind of push past you, Kuba, and move into the room that you were just looking in.
Oh, I got a 20 on hit to disengage.
Right. I mean, he did disengage, so that kind of avoids those opportunity attacks. Uses his
Oh
full
man,
action to literally just step away and avoid getting hit and everything.
you lucky duck.
So he steps away into the room that is kind of unbeknownst to you so far. You've looked into it, didn't get a real good investigation look, but moves past you into the room, and you can see him kind of holding some of his wounds, going, Snala, where are you? I need your help. Um, and we'll probably actually end there for tonight and just start back up with Corey at the top, or maybe re-roll an initiative.
Is this
But
the big bad fight of this part of the dungeon?
you don't know.
Oh, okay.
What did
Like you're not
he
even close.
what did he call out for help? Can you
Snarla. You assume that that's what the mage's name was.
snarla?
Yeah.
Narf.
Snarf.
Narf. Narf.
Like
Snarf.
like snarl with a la at the end. Snarla.
Snarf.
I have a Pokemon named that.
Oh no way.
Nice.
What kind of Pokemon? What was it?
A Persian, hilariously.
No, that's pretty cool. I love that. Okay, cool. I've never had to take hit points for a rope before. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was fun, guys.
That was
Can't
fun.
wait to finish that thing off. Oh man, this campaign is screaming for a rogue. I wish we had a rogue.
I mean, I think I told you guys it was going to be a dungeon. I don't know.
Man, yeah, regretting my decisions. If I die by mysterious circumstances, that's what'll come back as.
All right, no problem.
If you guys randomly meet a rogue somewhere in the dungeon, you know why.
But don't trust them.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well, right on, guys. Thank you for joining us. If you sat through this whole session, I know all of you did, and I had a hell of a lot of fun. We'll meet up next week, same time as usual. May have a kind of guest surprise player for you guys. We'll see what happens, but might have another join in. We'll see. Thank you guys, and I hope you have an awesome night.
All right. Good night, guys.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Uh,